What do you get when you mix Chile's native culture with European technique? On today's menu, old school recipes from coastal Kintai.
In terms of gastronomy, the sea affects the creation of all kinds of dishes.
A Chilean twist on high tea.
They take these classic cheeses and recipes, but they're modernizing them.
Exploring the birthplace of potatoes.
Norma has found some 125 different varieties of native potatoes.
Haute cuisine, Santiago style.
I still use European cooking techniques. What's different, I love to cook with these native ingredients.
Mestizo in Chile means the mixture of the native culture with the Spanish culture, with the German immigrants, the English immigrants, and all this creates a mixture that has really influenced the Chilean cuisine. Mestizo also has to do with the landscape, having the mountain right next to the sea with a valley in between. That brings a whole mixture also of climates and different foods, which express all the different regions of Chile. I'm Jorge Lopez, Sotomayor. We're at the village of Kintai, close to Valparaíso, in the center of the coast of Chile.
In the former whaling port of Kintai, you'll find some of the best seafood in Chile. And at Miramar, Doña Zuni makes delicious use of every bit of it. Miramar is the cove's first restaurant, where you're guaranteed the freshest possible catch prepared with a healthy dose of cariño, Spanish for affection. The daughter of a Frenchman, Doña Zuni's reputation rests on her knack for updating classic Chilean recipes with European ingredients, producing mouth-watering results.
Chile has a coastline that extends for more than 4,000 kilometers. In terms of gastronomy, the sea affects the creation of all kinds of dishes. Kintai is well known for its wealth in seafood and sea products. This area has been the central food source in Chile for hundreds of years. Hola, Suni.
Hola, ¿cómo te va?
Doña Zuni is heading up a restaurant that carries all the culinary tradition of this region.
¿Está listo? Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Cómo están?
Muy bien, gracias. Ahora mejor.
Ahora mejor.
Being so close to the sea, Doña Zuni has been able to take real advantage of all the products that are in this inlet, in this cove.
Con eso que has pagado.
This is a great place, he says, because you get up in the morning, you just watch the sea, watch the landscape, and you feel already paid off.
Aquí vamos a ver porque hay que tener cuidado con la corriente.
Very nice. It's like 6, 7, 8 pieces. ¿Y qué tipo de jaiba es esta?
Esta es la jaiba mora.
This is the blue crab. The good thing of this crab here is that it comes from an unspoiled water. The crab eats well, and so we get to eat a good crab. So they're going to use this catch to prepare the pastel de jaiba.
Richard, llegué. Llegaron los cangrejos.
And this is Ricardo, and with Doña Zuni, his mom, they're going to be cooking for us our catch. So you can see that this is a whole family operation. So now from here, he's going to take them right into the boiling water.
Mi papá llegó cuando tenía 17 años.
Her father arrived in Chile when he was 17. They came running away from the war. Her grandmother is German. So a German lady with a French son and a Chilean daughter.
Eso.
Blue crab is a great example of this mestizo cuisine, especially because it comes from the ancient times of the natives. Espera, anuncia lo que nos va a hacer.
Acá le ponemos crema a gusto.
So this is it, fresh crab meat, Parmesan cheese with cream on a clay pot, and voila. She's using this clay pot, the basic indigenous way of doing it, and then adding all the French flavors that she's inherited from her father. This is served accompanied with baked bread, a little bit of chile sauce, and of course, a little glass of wine.
Eso.
There's a very good mixture of flavors, you know.
Es suavecito.
Soy no tiene...
No es tipo sushi.
And she says it's very soft. It doesn't have any garlic or onion, so a very natural taste. This mixture of land and sea is really the basis of all Chilean cuisine.
We're in the Colchagua Valley, about 2 hours south of Santiago, at Los Maitenes Dairy Farm. Los Maitenes is a dairy farm that makes fresh and mature cheeses that are very well known within the valley and also in Santiago. Patricia wanted to do something different. She said, why can't we put oregano in this? Why can't we grow chives and put this in it, but maintain and respect this tradition of fresh cheese? My name is Liz Kasky, and I run a culinary wine tour business from Santiago, Chile.
At Los Maitenes Dairy Farm, Patricia Corneo transforms a Chilean tradition that originated with British immigrants, high tea. In Chile, it's called onces. Legend has it that back in the day, a nip would be added to tea, giving the afternoon meal a little added zing. At Los Maitenes, Patricia gives onces her own twist by serving her signature cheeses, infused with a unique blend of local herbs and spices.
Y eso hace de tener una leche muy gruesa, muy fuerte y distinta.
They don't have large pastures with lots of grass, so they give the cows a lot of feed that is a mixture of organic grasses, alfalfa, and a high protein concentrate. So when they milk them, the density of the milk and the thickness is much, much higher, and it's a strong tasting milk, and that makes for great cheese. They have two varieties of cheese. One would be a raw cheese, which is made with fresh milk and only matured for 1 day. And with the same cheese, they can mature it up to 45 days to give a much stronger, pungent flavor. This is merquén. This is a chili powder made by the indigenous community, the Mapuches, in the south of Chile. It's made with the cacho cabra chilies, which are hot red chilies that they cold smoke, and then they grind them with cilantro seeds. I would say it's very smoky and slightly picante. This is probably the most Chilean spice you can find. Onces in Chile is a tradition in what they would call mid-afternoon, where families sit down and they have tea. For a lot of people, it actually replaces the evening meal. Patricia does once a little differently. At 5 o'clock, they take a break. They sit down, they have their tea, they have some jam, they have some crackers, some toast. It's a lighter once.
Y por eso salió el queso blanco normal.
They take these classic cheeses and recipes, but they innovate with them, and they're modernizing them. And that is sort of the mestizo element of taking what they have here, but mixing it with new techniques. This is the fresh cheese with merquén. It's got a lovely spongy texture. The merquén is a little spicy, but not too much, and it's absolutely delicious.
Pero yo diría que con un toque de lo antiguo, pero muy cambiado y muy combinado.
Asked Patricia where she thinks Chilean gastronomy is headed right now, and she said she definitely thinks there's a change happening. You have a tradition that's very European, but the way in which they've taken it to be their own has become uniquely Chilean.
Chiloé is known for its myths, it's known for its climate and beautiful skies, but mostly now it's known for its native potatoes.
730 miles south of Santiago, the Chiloé archipelago is defined by its 1,000-year-old culture of potatoes. In fact, potatoes may have actually originated on these islands. Though there are more than 200 known native varieties, many are not commonly cultivated. Norma Aguilar dedicates herself to preserving Chiloé's unparalleled potato diversity on a mission to maintain rare species for future generations.
Potato is very central to the Chilean cuisine. Almost every dish in Chile carries a potato with it. Norma Aguilar is known throughout Chile for her passion for native potatoes, and she is called the keeper of potatoes.
Entonces ahí igual he recuperado muchas papas porque yo soy fanática, veo
So whenever she hears of a different potato, whenever she finds someone that's carrying a different potato, she wants it. Norma has found some 125 different varieties of native potatoes. So number one is the first one that she inherited from her grandmother.
Esta, la dos la encontré en un cementerio.
Number two, she found in a cemetery.
La tercera igual fue en un cementerio.
Number three, she also found in another cemetery because her grandmother told her, well, the ancient people, when they would bury someone, they would surround their tomb with potatoes.
Eso quiero yo, que se mantenga la tradición, ese origen nuestro.
She says that her mission is to resurrect the native potatoes in order to leave them behind for the younger generations.
Esta es la causa.
Her grandmother had this very same potato inherited from her grandmother. So she calculates that the first potato of this plant she had must be like 500 years old.
Esta papa tiene más o menos un sabor a la frutilla.
This potato here tastes almost like strawberries. Each potato has a different flavor, and it can vary from the taste of a fruit all the way to the taste of cheese or even butter. People come from all over the country, from Arica to Punta Arenas, searching for her potatoes, taking them away by the sack. Norma's work with potatoes is very special because it's bringing Chilean gastronomy back to its roots. If she could spend her whole day cultivating potatoes, well, that's what she would do. Each one of the slices of these potatoes have a different figure in it. This is a very old stone they have in these families, and it's a volcanic stone. They're shredding the potatoes in order to get all the liquid out of it. What they're doing right now is making papa rellena, stuffed potato. In this case, the filling is chicharrón, you know, the fried pork fat. This is what replaces the bread, actually, so it's readily available in the kitchen in Chiloé for the family to pick up, and they eat it every day at once time. This is a typical chilote dish, and this is something that you won't find in the rest of the country, only in the island of Chiloé. Pásate las papas fritas.
Que ellos me iban a enseñar a mí, yo le iba a estar enseñando a ellos, imagínense.
What she hopes for is to be remembered as a native potato keeper. And she's very proud because she only reached 4th grade at school. And now she's teaching the kids at the university, and the memory that she will leave behind makes her very proud, and that's what she's after. It has an earthy taste and a flavor that resembles the smell of the forest around here. ¿Me va a quemar la lengua? Oh, this is it. Lo de veras que no me lo puedo, entonces tengo que pasarlo.
Chileans are really on the brink of this wave that's breaking in their gastronomy, and it's partially because of the ingredients, but also because they recognize that there's a richness in their own food. Chilean cuisine is fusing its native ingredients with better technique, highly European.
Ya vamos con un carne del día, un pescado del día.
Richard Knobloch is a great example of someone who's doing this.
German-born Richard Knobloch is one of Chile's top chefs. He's won numerous awards for his European-inspired approach to Chile's incredible culinary resources. Last year, he took over as head chef of Agua restaurant in the nation's capital, securing his place at the forefront of nouveau Chilean cuisine.
Sí, para que no nos morrimos de... Sí, para la foto. Eso.
Traditionally, Chilean cuisine has been very simple, rustic, almost peasant-like food. And Richard Knobloch has been one of the players taking it to the next level. Hey, Richard.
Hi, good
Hey,
morning.
how are you? Nice to see you. It's quite a ritual to go in the morning, have your picada, and then go do the shopping before heading back to the restaurant for lunch.
Arrollado de guaso. I can recommend this to you. Very, very tasty.
Picada is kind of colloquial here for a joint. And it's where the local people go to have very old-school food.
Pork with skin, and they put the avocado, some chili.
And of course the marraquetas, the old-school bread here. Yeah.
There's no sandwich or no bread without avocado. And they eat it with jam, with everything. Yeah. I became an avocado addict here in Chile.
These are sopapillas, which is a pumpkin bread. They do make them sometimes out of sweet potato, but generally speaking, it's a pumpkin, and at this time of year, it's very sweet. They're almost like a pancake that they deep fry, and then they eat them with this really spicy hot sauce. That was spicy. Whoa. No el ajo, es el ají. ¿Adrenale? ¿Adrenale?
Sí.
Oh, está bueno.
¿Cuál es esa?
Oh my God, look, it's perfectly ripe.
I like to grab just the fresh stuff from the producer because it's an amazing experience.
Vega Chica is part of the larger Vega, which is our central market where all the vegetables and fruits and meats come out of. Oh, there's lucama. You find just about everything under the sun at the Vega, and that's where all the restaurants go to buy.
La Vieja. This is peje perro. It's a typical rockfish. Very, very nice, very fresh. And we will do this with, you know, this matcha? With this matcha razor clams. I think they're unique. I have never seen in other parts of the world. Because they become red, they're not white when you cook them. I'm the casero. And this is my casero also. Casero means good relations, fresh fish.
That's so right. But it literally means like he always will give you his best fish or his best produce.
Yeah.
And you always come to buy from him. It's kind of a nice way of doing business. So you're German, you're not from Chile. How did you end up here?
My wife, she's from Chile. She was born in Santiago. We met in Germany, and we decided to settle to Chile now 16 years ago. I start just with a fish stock, so I can use all the leftovers immediately. It's a sweet potato. It's called camote. It works very good with spicy combination. I will saute first the camota. Chile provides also very good olive oil. I will take out the seeds, so it's still the same taste, but not so spicy. What I want to do is just to season my camote. Do you see the fish fumé? That's just to have some water with flavor to cook with.
You can really smell the chili. I mean, it's got a bite, but it's sort of sweet with the sweet potato.
So when I started to cook here in South America, there was no one to have a reference. So we found our own way. Now I will do the portion of the fish.
Where's the German part in this particular preparation? Do you have your German sort of
well, I think I have forgotten my German.
Is that sea salt from the coast here?
Yes. I still use European cooking techniques. I love to cook with these native ingredients. All my Chilean friends, they work in kitchen, the chefs, they discover, how you say, their roots, and they take now the real Chilean flavors and try to discover what's the nature of Chilean cooking.
It's almost creamy, it looks like the sauce.
Yeah, it's thickened.
From the starch in the potatoes?
Yeah, And now I will finish with razor clam.
I find that the razor clams are almost sweet,
Yes.
but they're not as chewy, which is nice too.
No.
They're very delicate.
In this dish, you have all the ingredients from the north to the south.
It's a gastronomic map of Chile. The fish looks delicious.
So you can eat, and you feel the spice.
You know what's amazing? If you eat this with the avocado, it naturally brings it down. It's beautifully cooked. Chili is every cook's dream. Abundance, intense flavors. You have everything. I think the most important thing that's happening in Chilean cuisine is that people are recognizing that their roots are really important, but they're also recognizing that the old can be made even better.
It's this mix of European techniques with native ingredients that is setting the course for Chilean gastronomy. That's mestizo. That's Chile.